Is it even possible to build confidence with a dog with a bite history that is terrified? Toby's mom is really struggling with him being introduced to new people, and that's what we're gonna try to do in this video.
He's just very, very unpredictable. And I've worked with a handful of different trainers. With the positive trainer, there was like absolutely no change. There was no like opening up from him. And then he had so many treats in an hour span that he ended up just having diarrhea all day afterwards, to be honest with you.
Very first thing we're gonna let Toby do is give him a little bit of space. We're gonna let him go out to the green grass, get some sniffs in. He just drove from another state, so he's pretty pent up. So we're gonna give him a little decompression time. So he's about to sniff me here, and I want you guys to watch what happens when he sniffs me. This is a big deal. Owner and I are talking, he comes up without even paying attention, sniffs me. Now the important thing, guys, here is I don't react. I don't reach down, I don't talk to him, I don't look at him. If I would have done any of those things at any point in this moment, things could have escalated very quickly and we could have got another bite. We're here talking, you're not even, like, you don't know that he's doing certain things. So if he stands in front of you and then I just kind of do this, he could hit me like a missile. And then you're gonna say, out of nowhere he did that. And when the reality, what it was is his body positioning with you, you have to be very mindful of, because he's...
Yeah, I screw that up. I know.
Yeah. Well, that's why you're here. So yeah. I'm just gonna point out all those things all the time when I can. I realize the more you love dogs, in order for them to really truly be happy, especially when they're fearful, is to just let them be. That's how they build up that confidence. We're gonna get the long line on, and we're gonna work on directional changes on the leash. So I'm just gonna say, follow the leader. Hey, let's go this way. Hey, let's go this way. Hey, let's go this way. So it gives me an opportunity to get the dog to commit to me mentally so he can start to become more confident with strangers. All right, so we're about to do this leash handoff, and I want you to watch this body language, and I'm gonna break it down with you as you're watching it. Obviously, this dog is nervous, guys. That's why he's here. He's fearful. He's to a point where he's definitely opening up a little bit. It could be worse, but his tail is still tucked, and he definitely wants to go back to mom. But he's working with me at least a little bit on the leash. Now, this is because we gave him a little bit of decompression time, and we're outside. There's another really big thing that dog owners will do is they'll say, go with Tom, it's okay. And that, again, like, he doesn't know what that means.
Oh, right, yeah.
So you don't do that, you just ignore him. Now here's an amazing tip and trick, really, that I've learned over the years, to use a gate or a threshold to get closer to a dog. This gives me an opportunity to say, hey, if you want to go through this gate to mom, and you can even see at one moment I put my foot out just a little bit just to touch him. And you got to be really careful when you're doing this, because you don't want to be disrespectful to the dog, but you can just see how I'm getting the dog close to me. I'm making a very small window for the dog to go through between my leg and the gate post. Now I'm gonna ask this dog to sit because it's something that he knows. It's a universal language to most dogs. This gives me an opportunity to say, okay, we're starting to make a little bit of progress, but we still have a lot of work to do. Basic thresholds to, again, take that out of control wheel out of his hands. I got this, you're good, relax. All right, I want you guys to watch this body language here as I'm pulling him and negotiating with him to come away from mom. And you can just see his hesitancy, but this is classic insecure, fearful dog. He's almost looking like a wolf on the prowl. His head is down. He's trying to get as low as he possibly can. As he gets closer to me, you guys can see his tail tuck, but the first thing he does is he goes right to my shoes, right to my pants, says, oh yeah, I think I remember this guy, goes into a sit, very calm, very cool, very collective. So in the beginning, if I was nervous about making him nervous, we wouldn't be able to progress. Remember, guys, at the end of stress and then at the end of that pressure makes diamonds. He needs a little bit of that pressure to help him commit to me so he can get better himself. Toby, come. So just like in this next clip, same thing. He's like putting on the brakes. He doesn't want to leave mom. I give him a little bit of pressure and he commits to me.
Nice work, buddy.
So he's starting to open up, but we're making progress.
I'm like a proud mom right now.
Yeah, you should be. It's good. This next part is huge. Watch what I do with my legs here, guys. I'm always to the side. I get down. I'm very submissive, very non-confrontational. I'm not frontal until he allows me to be. Boom. Right there, he crawls into my lap on his terms. I'll play that back for you guys to see. When he comes up to me, again, I'm always moving side to side to not be face to face with the dog. That was beautiful. Toby, come here. Come on, Bubba's. Good boy. Nice work. Nice job. Good boy. Good boy. Nice work. Come here. Come here. Come here. Good. That's my boy. So I want you guys to watch this next clip. He's definitely becoming more comfortable with me. He's gaining more confidence, but he keeps beaconing back to mom. He keeps going back to mom. So I have to try to get creative to keep moving this dog away from mom to really gain that confidence within himself and stop being so codependent. So this is what you're seeing in this next clip is I'm getting really fun with him. I'm running around. You'll notice when I get down with him, I back up on purpose. This is very strategic things that I'm doing. I'm backing up just a little bit with my body, and then I'm trying to figure out, is he gonna go back to mom or is he gonna suck into me? And you saw in that little clip there, he just sucked right into me, which is a beautiful thing for me to see personally, because I know that we're getting ready for the next step.
Lovely boy. We think lovely. You're a good boy, huh?
Questions?
That was amazing.
Now I'm gonna work this dog into group class, getting him around a bunch of other dogs and people. Crush group class. Now I'm about to hand the leash off to one of my head trainers and friends, Zach. Now Zach's a bigger, taller male with a beard and a hat, so this is gonna be another challenge for Tovi. See, that's the only interesting thing about him is he squares up. I just did a leash handoff. And what we're doing again is we're just trying to figure out the variables. And so he's doing a lot better without mom attached to the dog, which is what I thought was gonna happen because you just watch his behavior, he's less anxious. Like that's really good. That's really good.
A lot of it was me. I needed to learn because I've never experienced something like this before with Toby, with any dog, I should say. And I worked with actually a handful of trainers, and it was no disrespect for any of the trainers, but it wasn't accomplishing what he needed to get better. I was nervous, but I was still optimistic. But I was like, I don't want to be that person that I have to be a recluse and sit at home with my dog because I can't bring him out in public or I can't do anything like that. So it was definitely a very big learning experience for both of us. It was really eye-opening, and just the difference that I saw within 3 days. We still have a long way to go, but at the end of the day, these 3 days were just absolutely huge for both of us.
On the first day when Tom was actually able to take the leash, you kind of handle him, was that something that you've been able to do before?
It was amazing to see that. And then even like today, Toby went with 2 other men, and they're both big men wearing a hat with a beard and everything else, and Toby did great. It was amazing to see. It was a heartfelt moment for me, I should say. I could have given Toby back to the rescue and been like, I'm all done, I can't do this. But then how many times would that have happened? That I adopted him when he was 7 months, that could have happened before me too. But I think it's one of those things everywhere you have to be the best advocate for your dog.
I was on that positive reinforcement train for the longest time, for the past 10 years. And then like about 3 years ago, I saw you on YouTube. And I'm like, holy crap, this all makes sense. It just totally changed my mentality with training.